For over 70 years, the US dollar has been the undisputed king of the global economy. From oil deals to international trade, the dollar has been the backbone of global transactions. But today, the winds of change are blowing. Welcome back to Up to Date Insider, where we break down the biggest stories in global news, politics, and technology. In today's video, we'll be exploring the rise of BRICS, why the US dollar became the world's most powerful currency, how this alliance threatens its dominance, and the challenges BRICS faces in making this shift a reality. If you're ready to find out what this means for America and the world, hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss our deep dives into topics that matter. BRICS, a coalition of 5 nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, which was established in 2009, is threatening to shake up the status quo. These nations are working to reduce their reliance on the dollar, and in doing so, could change the global economic order forever. And by the way, together these nations represent over 40% of the global population and account for nearly 25% of global GDP. Initially formed to foster economic cooperation, BRICS is now taking bold steps to challenge Western financial systems dominated by the US dollar. At their latest summit, BRICS nations discussed creating a unified currency to bypass the dollar entirely. The dominance of the US dollar dates to the Bretton Woods Agreement of 1944. Backed by the stability of the US economy, the dollar became the global reserve currency, trusted by nations for international trade and finance. Today, more than 60% of global reserves are held in US dollars, but cracks in this system are starting to show with rising inflation, growing debt, and global political tensions. Trust in the dollar is waning. And the key fact is, the 2008 financial crisis and sanctions on countries like Russia have further fueled efforts to move away from dollar dependence. BRICS nations are already taking action. In 2023, Russia and China began conducting major oil trades in their local currencies, bypassing the dollar. India has started paying for Russian crude oil in rupees, while Brazil has struck agreements with China to trade in yuan. At their latest summit, BRICS leaders discussed creating a unified currency. This alternative currency would be backed by resources like gold and oil, directly challenging the dollar's supremacy in global trade. The key question here is, could this move actually succeed? Experts believe it's not just a question of economics, but also of geopolitics. So, what happens if the dollar loses its global dominance? For the United States, the consequences could be severe. A decline in demand for dollars could lead to inflation, higher borrowing cost, and a weaker influence on global markets. For BRICS nations, moving away from the dollar offers more autonomy in their trade policies. However, a fragmented global economy could create new risks, as no single currency may hold the same level of trust as the dollar. As one economist puts it, the rise of BRICS is both an opportunity and a challenge for the global financial system. While BRICS is determined to reduce reliance on the dollar, the road ahead is filled with challenges. The global dominance of the dollar is deeply entrenched in financial systems, including institutions like the International Monetary Fund and World Bank, which operate primarily in dollars. Even with BRICS nations, over 60% of foreign reserves are still held in dollars, making a sudden transition nearly impossible. The trust in the dollar as a safe haven during crisis remains unmatched. Potential consequences for BRICS can be: number 1, currency volatility. Shifting away too quickly could lead to unstable local currencies. Number 2, trade disruptions. Global suppliers may still demand dollar payments, complicating deals. Number 3, internal instability. Sudden changes could destabilize BRICS economies, creating more problems than solutions. As one analyst warns, replacing the dollar is like trying to uproot the foundation of a global system. It's a monumental task. The rise of BRICS is not just a shift in economics, it's a shift in global power. While the US dollar remains dominant for now, BRICS is playing the long game, and their strategy is already making waves. Whether this alliance succeeds or not, one thing is clear: the global economic order is changing. What do you think? Will BRICS reshape the global economy? Or is the dollar too powerful to dethrone? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more in-depth analysis.